A quiet revolution is happening across America, not through noise, but through presence. A generation of fathers is showing up with full hearts and open arms. We are not absent shadows, we are loving anchors. The New American Father. Enjoy. For decades, the story was that dads belonged outside the home, working, providing, and staying strong by staying distant. But today, a new generation of men is changing that, and the numbers tell the story. Modern fathers are more engaged than ever before in American history. In 1965, fathers spent an average of 2.5 hours per week with their children. Today, that number has tripled to 7 hours per week. This is from the Pew Research Center. 90% of fathers now say parenting is the greatest joy of their lives, from the National Father Initiative. Fathers who live with their children are now just as likely as mothers to attend extracurriculars, help with homework, and read bedtime stories. Roughly 63% of dads say they'd spend too little time with their kids, and they want to spend more, from Pew in 2023. We are choosing proximity over pride, and it's changing lives, ours and theirs. The science is in. A present father, especially in the earliest years, shapes a child for life. Children with involved fathers are 2 times more likely to attend college and 80% less likely to spend time in jail, says the U.S. Department of Justice. Early father involvement predicts higher IQ, stronger language skills, and more confidence by age 3, American Academy of Pediatrics states. Kids with engaged dads are 75% less likely to struggle with substance abuse, Child Trends in 2020 states. Infants with active fathers show accelerated cognitive and motor development in their first year. It turns out that holding your baby close rewires 2 brains, theirs and yours. Many of us were raised on survival, on silence, on stoicism mistaken for strength. But now, we are choosing softness. We are healing old wounds by becoming the fathers we needed. The Bible reminds us presence isn't just physical, it's emotional. True fatherhood is patient, present, peaceful. It lifts more than it disciplines. It shapes through kindness. We learn through the parable of a prodigal son. In Luke 15, Jesus tells the story of a son who demanded his inheritance, left home, and lost everything. Ashamed, starving, and alone, he rehearses a speech. "Father, I've sinned. I'm no longer worthy to be called your son." But before he can even finish, his father runs to him. In ancient culture, dignified men did not run, but his father throws dignity aside for love. He doesn't say, "I told you so." He says, "Welcome home." He clothed him with honor, feeds him with joy. He doesn't punish, he restores. That's the image Jesus gives us, not of a hard man with arms crossed, but a father who watches the road every day, hoping to embrace his child again. This parable isn't just about repentance. It's about the heart of a present father, one who stays emotionally open even when hurt, one who says, "There is nothing you can do to lose my love." Our kids will mess up. They'll fall, they'll break things, including our hearts. But fatherhood is staying, waiting, and running toward them anyway. Because more than rules or lectures, our children need restoration, and we are the bridge back to grace. So Jesus told a story of a father who didn't shame his wayward son. He ran to him, embraced him, and celebrated him. No punishment, just love. Because real fathers are the place you come home to, especially when you failed. That's the kind of father the world needs more of. For far too long, media showed us fathers as distant, clumsy, or checked out. But today, a new generation of role models is turning that image upside down. We're seeing leaders, icons, and everyday men proudly wearing the title of Dad. Not as a side note, but as a central part of their identity. Take J.D. Vance, for example, Vice President of the United States. He quotes, "The most important title I will ever have is Dad." He also quotes, "I take my kids with me everywhere I go because I don't want to miss this part of their lives." You can see Vance holding his toddler's hand at rallies, at meetings, at events, and along the campaign trail, and even recently in the Vatican. You can see Vance holding his toddler's hand or his son sleeping on his shoulder at major political events, including the inauguration, as he travels overseas to meet with diplomats on the global stage. He's a father.
My most important American dream was becoming a good husband and a good dad, of being able to give.
He's an active father, and his kids are actively there. You see the actor and director John Krasinski quoting, "Being a dad is the best thing that's ever happened to me."
There for them as much as possible. So anytime I'm not shooting, I'm there. And that's not an exaggeration. I love being there. There's nowhere I'd rather be than in a little child's tent that my daughter has, playing whatever she wants.
He's present, he's open, and he's happy about the stories he tells on talk show radios. You see Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson posting videos with him and his daughter, singing "You're Welcome" from Moana while feeding his daughter pancakes. And he quotes, "Being a father is the greatest job I've ever had and will ever have." You see Steph Curry, NBA superstar, with his daughter doing warm-ups courtside. You see his son being physically and mentally upset at a playoff game, and the first thing he does is he runs to his side to nurture and to care for him. You see rappers, presidents, athletes, all being present fathers. These men aren't just showing up, they're modeling the way forward. They remind us that fatherhood isn't weakness, it's strength at its most tender. We need role models like these, men who say, "This child is my legacy. This family is my calling." And maybe the greatest role models are the quiet ones, the dads in every town who kiss scraped knees, whisper bedtime prayers, and show up day after day without applause. The kind of men who know being present isn't always being loud, but it's always powerful. Every moment we choose presence, we build something eternal. We're not just raising kids, we're raising legacy. A generation who knows gentleness, who knows how a man should love. They may not remember every gift, every rule, or every lesson, but they'll remember if we showed up. They'll remember how we made them feel. So to every man who wonders if it's enough, you are. You don't have to be perfect, you only have to be present. Be calm, be gentle, be the place they run to, not from. The world doesn't need louder men, it needs softer fathers. This is the new American father, and the world is better because of you. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Thanks.